reuse a function, and I'm just going to go to the function that I created called HasBeenUsed. So I create a function called HasBeenUsed, and what it's going to do is it's going to take a variable called all the letters, and it's going to check to see if the second variable that I give it, called letter, exists in that string. And so what I do is I use the substring function called all letters guessed, and I say, is the current letter equal to that letter in the substring? And if it is, I return a variable called found is set to true, and I'm going to return true, or I'll return false if the flag is never set and I have false at the beginning here. So we've already done that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to add the following lines at the end of your web page, and I'm going to copy this and I'll put it in the hand-in folder. And what I'm going to do is what I want to display on the screen is going to be empty. If all the letters guessed is nothing, I'm going to display, the display is going to equal dash, 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 dash. So if I haven't started playing the game, the display is just going to be a bunch of dashes. But if I have started to play the game, so I've actually guessed a letter, all letters guessed is something, it's not nothing. So if I've started to play the game, what I'm going to do is the length is going to be the length of the secret word. So I created a variable at the very, very top of my program. Secret word is velocity. So you'll need to make sure you've done that already. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop from 0 to the length of the secret word. And I want to check this time if has been used, any of the letters guessed is equal to the substring, which is the current letter of secret word. So the current letter when I'm in position 0 is going to be the letter V. So if all letters guessed is the letter V, the display is going to equal the letter V plus whatever was in the display. But if I haven't guessed, a V is not guessed, the display is going to be a blank. It's going to loop to position 2 of the secret word, and I'm going to look at, I'm going to see if has been guessed at position 2 of the secret word, and position 2 of the secret word would be velocity, VE. So if there is a E has been guessed, so if I've guessed an E, then the display is going to be the display and the letter E. But if an E has not been guessed, it'll be a blank. And so it's going to go through till I go through all the letters of velocity. And then finally I say, well, is the display the secret word? Did I get all of the letters of the secret word? If I did, I'm going to echo you win. And if I didn't, I'd echo display. So let me just launch the web browser and load the Hangman page. And notice there's nothing, no letters have been guessed, so display is blank, 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 blank. As I guess a letter, suppose I guess the letter O. If I guess the letter O, you'll see it's not a V, so put a blank. It's not an E, it's not an L, but it is an O, and etc. If I guess the letter A, and notice this is my debug. When I finish the game, I'm going to remove this, but for debug purposes, sometimes I like to put what the computer is thinking, and this helps me. Did I guess the letter O? Yes, I'd press the letter O. You've guessed in total just O. Yeah, that's right. The secret word is velocity. I'm going to guess an A now, and it's going to say that I guessed an O and an A, and you'll see O and A are blanked out, but nothing changed down here because there's no A here, 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 here. Let me just keep clicking the letters, and you'll see as I click in here, the letters, and let me guess the last one, velocity. Now it changed from velocity to you win, and it says that you win. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the code this code right here. The lines of code to do that. So this will be at the very end of the web page. In fact, I'll prove that by putting this at the very end of the web page. And I'll give you this code right here, and I'll just call this, I'll save it and call it final Hangman code. And so I'll call it final Hangman code, and I'll save it in drive W, Mr. Poy's assignments.